Hello and welcome back to my continuing playthrough of Robinson Crusoe. I actually had to stop the recording yesterday. I was feeling a little bit tired and I rushed through some of these phases. I have to apologize for that. During the last turn I simply ignored the order here. I went to production immediately. I didn't even resolve the event, and then I kind of resolved the morale phase, and then I went back to the event phase and such. But I did actually successfully resolve all of those phases after a while, so nothing is lost, nothing was incorrect. It's just that I was just a bit too tired and I rushed through this. We are now at turn 5 here, as we can see, and we have actually successfully placed wood on 3 of these columns. Let's see if we can fix this. Of course not. But anyway, let's continue on. And this is the beginning of the turn 5. So we immediately go to the event phase. Up here we draw a new event and let's see what happens. First of all, we can see here, this is from the exploration event deck. This is the one that we shuffled into the event deck pile. So the next turn we will actually have this event, and I don't remember, I think it was this green one up here, and I don't remember what that one did. I don't know if, I think it limited my options for the turn. I could only use one of these pawns for that turn. So that's not the worst one. I think the other one is much worse, the one that will give us 3 wounds if we draw that one. But that one can be mitigated by getting the cure. I think this one can be as well. So maybe the cure should be our focus. But anyway, let's see what we have here. And I think I kind of explained this. I didn't explain this correctly. What we have here, we have these 2 threats. And you don't actually move this leftmost threat off the board by yourself. You have to have a new threat come in, and this threat would go on the rightmost place. This threat will then force the threat that is already here at the rightmost place to move to the left, and now this threat will force this threat to move off the board. That's a lot of threats there. But anyway, if one of these spaces is clear, if we didn't have this cloudburst here, placing this new threat, nothing would happen. So we wouldn't actually resolve this depression or this depression card. This only happens if you have 2 threats here, and then you would place a 3rd threat. Then you are forced to resolve this leftmost one. But that is the case here, and we would actually have to resolve this depression threat. And this is kind of bad actually. This says here, when you check for the resolution of the threat, it says we have to lose 1 level of morale and discard 2 invention cards. So the invention cards, that's not that bad actually. We have some that we can discard, even though I don't want to, but we have some that we can discard that would not affect gameplay. But the morale one is pretty bad, because we now go down to level 1 morale, so we are not feeling that well at the moment. Then for discarding here, I took a look at these, and I actually think that the map, I will not be needing the map, so that one was easily discarded. And then I think the dam is the other one. We don't actually need this. We need the fire, we cannot discard that, because then the scenario is unwinnable. I think the knife is quite handy. The belts are essential if we can make them, even though I don't know if we have the time to make these belts. But my plan is to get the pot and then hunt, so we would have some fur, so maybe we can get these belts. The basket as well is essential. The sling, you could make a case for the sling actually, to discard that, but well, actually that might be then we cannot hunt, and I think hunting is much better than just getting 2 food. I think it's better to be able to hunt several turns in a row, especially if you don't face the tiger or something extremely dangerous, then you can still have some weapon levels up here to be able to hunt for new beasts. So I think, yeah, I think the dam has to go, unfortunately. So the dam and the map here are discarded for this threat that we had to resolve, this depression threat. So hopefully we are feeling a little bit better now. But yeah, this was a bad event. And then this one moves down one space to the left, and now we have the new event here, which is strong wind. The wind hits the camp again and again. Working today won't be easy. Okay, that's pretty bad actually. The book icon doesn't do anything. It has no effect on this scenario. And then it says put a -1 well, I want to say worker, but it's a -1 building pawn on the building action field. So that is let's see, there is this guy here, and that means that for one building action this turn we have to have an extra builder, or this subtracts one builder. So if we place 2 pawns on a building action, that would immediately put it back down to 1, so it would not be a successful, but we cannot even attempt with just 1. We have to decide which of the building actions we want to resolve this token on. So okay, that was a pretty bad one. And let's see, tool maintenance. The resolution of the threat would be, if possible, turn one item face up to invention side and cancel its effect. That one would also be pretty bad, so I think I would have to resolve this threat in a turn or 2. This other one, nothing happens, so that's okay. Also, to resolve this only costs 1 pawn, so there might actually be something to consider. So okay, that was the event phase. Now we get to the morale phase, and we get to move 1 level up here. I wasn't pointing the camera at the morale track, but we are now at level 2 morale, and we only get 2 determination tokens, sadly. But determination tokens are okay, so it's not all lost. The morale phase is complete, and we get to the production, and we have a camp tile with a +1 wood, so we would get 2 wood and, let's see, 2 wood and 1 food. So those are our resources for the turn. Okay, so here is my dilemma. We do know that this card is up on top, so we would like to have the cure. Even though it's not a severe effect, we only get 1 of these pawns, but it's still a pretty bad effect. The question is, if we take some risks here, we might actually have to resolve some adventures, and maybe those adventures would be shuffled into the event deck here. And that would mean that there's a chance that we would not have to resolve this card or any one of these bad effects. So maybe we don't actually need the cure for this turn. Maybe it's okay to take some chances and hope that if we have to resolve an adventure, we would have to shuffle the event deck, and that would mean that we wouldn't have to resolve this particular event. So I think I will think a little bit more about this, but yeah, I will come back with some form of strategy. Okay, so first of all, we will not be placing any wood on the wood pile down here. I don't think that's feasible. I could use these determination token to actually lower our wood cost by 1, and that would free up 1 of our wood pieces, but I think that's pretty risky. I'd rather keep these determination tokens for rerolls, both for me here for the path building. So for my my first building action, I will try to make the path here, and this is the action that I will be using this -1 pawn on. So this is not a successful, even though I have both my pawns on here, this is not a successful successful action taken, but this one up here is, and I will be with Friday and the extra pawn that I got from my treasure and 2 pieces of wood. I will try to raise my roof, or I will successfully raise my roof level to 2. Because of this weather die here, it's extremely important to have at least one, but the best is to have 2, a roof level of 2, so as to not take any necessary wounds and not to burn any unnecessary resources for the turn. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And this action, we can resolve the actions now. So this is during the actions phase. So this action is now successfully resolved. I will discard this extra pawn here, and Friday successfully built us another level, roof level here, making our roof stronger, discarding our 2 wood pieces that we got for the turn. And then we get to the interesting part here, which is this building of this pot. And I decided to take a gamble, see if I draw an adventure, maybe we could shuffle that into the event deck and get this off the top of the stack. So yeah, we have to roll the building dice for this, and let's see what happens. Okay. So it is a success. I don't have to re-roll with my determination tokens, but there is an adventure here, so let's see what happens. Okay. Weak construction, shuffle into the event deck. Okay, so that's good. Actually, there are a lot of these shuffle into the event deck, so this was a calculated gamble. The bad effect of this is bash. No good roof can be made out of scraps. You lose half your roof levels rounded down. So yeah, that's extremely an extremely bad card to draw in a turn or 2, because we will be raising our roof level at least to 3, but I like to have it at 4, but at least 3. So this would destroy at least 1, if not 2 roof level for us. So yeah, I will be doing this before the start of the next turn. I will shuffle this into the event deck, but we are successful here, thankfully. So we have built this pot. So that's great. We accomplished something this turn, but it's now halfway through the game, and you have to be really careful here. Like I said before during an earlier video, you feel safe, it feels like you are actually surviving the island, but that's not the point. The point is not to survive, the point is to build this wood pile. If you cannot complete this wood pile, it doesn't matter if you are at full health and you have sturdy shelter and you have great weapons or whatnot. That's not the point of this scenario. The point of the scenario is to survive long enough to build this wood pile to be able to signal a nearby ship. So that's where the difficult part of this scenario lies, gathering that wood resource to actually be able to build this wood pile. If it was just survival, this game would be extremely easy, but because you can do that without taking any risks. But as it is, you have to take risks, and that's something that makes the game better, I think. So yeah, let's see what happens now. The actions are taken, or all of my pawns are down here, and we still have this great treasure here, so we could actually use this immediately and discard and heal ourselves, since we have now successfully built the pot, so we can do that. And I think I will be doing this because I don't actually want to lower my morale level further, but I could wait until something happens, and if something would make us take a wound, I could discard this. So I think I will wait, because this is a great way to heal up Friday if he is if you want to use him as a risk taker. So that was the action phase, and now we get to the weather phase, and still there is nothing here. There are no storm icons or any other additional clouds to be added to the weather resolution, and we are still in autumn, so we only use this orange dye. So let's see, let's hope for 1 or 2 rain clouds. That would be best. And that's great, that's just 1 rain cloud. So now nothing happens here. Like I said before, you resolve the winter snow clouds first, and it doesn't matter what level your roof is at, or palisade or anything. If you get a winter cloud, you have to burn wood to stay warm. There is a furnace, I think it's called, an invention called furnace, and if you build the furnace you are safe from, I think, at least one of these clouds, but maybe all the winter clouds. But if you do not have the furnace, then you have to burn wood no matter what to stay warm. So yeah, after that you add all the clouds together, even the winter clouds, even the snow clouds. So if, for instance, you could have 2 of these snow clouds and 1 rain cloud, so this is 3 different clouds. So you have to have a roof level of 3 to successfully resolve this after the burning of wood for the clouds. Cloud clouds, yeah, that's great. Cloud clouds. Look, these are the cloud clouds. They are the snow clouds, obviously. Alright, so joking aside, weather phase is complete, nothing else happens, we are safe, we have a roof of level 2, so it's a sturdy roof that Friday has built for us. So now it's the last phase here, it's the night phase, and first of all, we are in a shelter, so we don't have to take any additional wounds from the environment. Second of all, we have food to consume, so we can eat for the night, so that's great. So nothing else happens there. And then moving the camp, I will not be moving the camp. I've already discussed this. I think this is the best space on this board to have this camp, because we have access to all these tiles, and I don't actually need to explore any further. I have everything I need here, so I will be staying here. So okay, that was the 5th turn here, so we will move on to the sixth turn. Alright, so it's time for turn number 6, and I have shuffled the event deck. We had a building event that had to go into this event deck. So now we get to the event phase of the 6th turn. So let's see what happens here. First of all, we didn't deal with any of these threats, so this threat will actually force the leftmost threat off the board. But this is a good threat. It just says nothing happens, and even if we had resolved this threat, nothing would have happened, because we did not lose any roof or palisade levels when this card forced us to move. So yeah, this is just discarded, nothing happens. Strong wind moves down here to the leftmost spot, and now we have this new threat, and that is high water. The river has overflown nearby. It is dangerous for the camp. First of all, we have this gray adventure token, but we already have one of these on this, and you don't have to place another one. As long as you have, well, you can only have one of these, so it doesn't matter if we already have one, nothing happens if we add another one. The same is correct for resolving these. Even if you roll an adventure on your resource gathering dice, you still only resolve 1 adventure, not 2 adventures. But then it has an additional effect here. Put the green adventure token on the exploration action field. So now we have to do that as well. So we take this, and now it is placed here. So now both of these actions would require us to resolve an adventure. And let's see, to successfully deal with this card, you have to have a pawn and a piece of wood or the shovel, and you discard that and get 2 determination token. If you fail to deal with this, and if this resolves again, You discard all resources. There is no production phase this round. This card is terrible. You should really think about dealing with this card in some way. So I have to remember that. This one is, if possible, turn one item face up to invention side and cancel its effect. So that's something to consider also, because we only have good items right now, and well, the rope might be okay to turn face up, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep the rope because I can build a snare, and well, actually, now that I think of it, I've already built this hatchet and this mast, so I don't need the rope for anything actually, except the snare. But what I could do is I could build a snare, and then we have access to the snare anyway, even though we turn the rope to the invention side. It won't be lost, it will just be uninvented, so to speak. We have to make rope again to be able to use rope. So yeah, that might be an idea. It might be an idea to actually let this resolve and just, instead of doing this, actually try to build a snare. Okay, well, that was the event phase, and now we get to the morale phase here. And now our morale goes up, and we are at maximum morale, and we get to choose once again, do we want to take 2 determination tokens, or do we want to heal? And I think this is an interesting decision actually. Healing is always good, but determination tokens are invaluable. You get access to all of these great skills. So I think I will be taking 2 determination tokens here, and the only reason for this is the pot. The pot is the only reason I'm doing this. Also because we have this great treasure here, but mostly because we have the pot. So if we manage to get some extra food, the pot will do better than just healing once. So I think these 2 tokens are actually more important, so I will be doing that. Okay, so that was the morale phase. Now we get to the production phase. This is our home tile or our camp tile. We have 1 food and 2 wood resources. So we will produce here, let's see, 2 wood and 1 food. Okay. Okay, so I have thought about my actions, and this is what I came up with. For one of my pawns, I will try to build a snare, and if we fail here, I have to turn the rope back to the side. I will also try to build a knife, and this might actually be something. I don't know if this is cheating or if you can do this. For instance, if I manage to build this knife, I will get one level of the one weapon level here, and let's say then afterwards, when we have to resolve this threat, I could choose to put the knife back to the invention side, and we could invent the knife again, gaining yet another weapon level here. So this might actually be an idea. Alternatively, we could do that with the sling, and that would actually give us 2. Yeah, that would give us 2 levels of 2 weapon levels, and I could make this. Yeah, okay. Now I see why that won't work. It says turn 1 item face up to invention side and cancel its effect. So it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if we do that, because then we would have to we would have to cancel the effect and move the weapon level back 1 step. So okay. The question now becomes: should I use determination tokens to make to successfully complete any of these inventions? And I don't think I actually need to do that. I do have this great item, so if we are to take a bunch of wounds, I could stop 2 of them. Hopefully that will not be necessary. I don't think, well, if we are extremely unlucky, I could take 4 wounds here, but I don't think that's going to happen. And we have these determination tokens to re-roll at least one of our rolls. So I don't know, this is a bit dangerous. And even though, well, yeah, even though I have gone to the action phase, I think I might go back and actually place this wood. Well, no, I will not. I will keep this wood as insurance in case we do roll some snow clouds. So I will keep it as insurance for the next round, because next round we could actually place 4 of these pieces on the track if we wanted to. So yeah, let's try and resolve this. Let's begin with Friday up here. Well, actually, let's begin with the most important one of these, and I think that would be the basket. So let's try and build the basket here, giving us additional resource when we gather resources. So let's take the building dice here. So for a good roll, that's, well, it is a successful roll, but we take 1 wound, and I will actually use this. Well, Friday could die, so maybe I shouldn't use this. Yeah, I will use this. I will use this token, healing us twice here, and then I will take 1 wound as to not. Well, actually, oh man, this is so difficult. I'm second guessing every decision I'm making here. Moving once here is not a problem, actually. What becomes a problem is if I heal from this wounded state, the next roll could actually bring me down yet another morale level. So maybe for that reason I should have resolved Friday's rolls first to see if Friday survives or not, because now we are in danger of Friday dying. He can re-roll. He can re-roll once, since we have determination tokens, but it is still quite risky. It is quite risky, and I really want to. Oh man, yeah, I have to keep Friday alive. So I will take a wound here, moving down here on the morale track. All right, so that was the wound part. Now we get to have an adventure, and this could be pretty bad. Oh man. Hungry predator. While working, a hungry beast visits to your camp. Decide, get 2 wounds, 2 food and a fur, and discard, or discard 1 food and lose 1 level of your palisade level and shuffle into the event deck. Oh, damn it. Damn. If we choose to, well, we cannot shuffle this into the event deck, because if we do that, we only have 1 food item. So if we were to do that, we would take additional wounds during the night, and that is bad. That is extremely bad. So I don't think we can do this. I think we have to take 2 wounds and get 2 food and 1 fur. Well, actually this is great, because that food that we gain, we could heal our wound with the pot, because we have the pot. So yeah, I will be doing this. Hungry predator. And this means that we don't have to shuffle this into the event deck, because we chose the severe effect immediately. So this will just be discarded. I will do that later on. But first of all, we take 2 wounds here, and this is bad, because now 1, 2, so yet another morale level, yet another drop in morale here. And then we get 2 perishable food for future resources and 1 fur, which is great. Okay, and of course we are successful as well, so the basket is built. So that's great. Now we can start gathering those resources that we sorely need. Alright, now we get to let's resolve Friday's action here. So Friday also tries to build the knife, because I really want to hunt both for fur and for the food. So let's hope for a good roll here. Oh man, I knew it. I just knew it. So yeah, he is successful, but he would take 2 wounds. We could try and re-roll so that we can keep this for ourselves, but yeah, that's pretty risky. Yeah, I will discard this and heal Friday, so he stays where he's at. He had 2 wounds, we would heal 2 wounds, and then he receives 2 wounds. Okay, but Friday is successful up here and he manages to make the knife. He cut himself in the process, unfortunately, poor guy. He cut his hands or something. So we now go to level 4 of the knife. It's fun to make up these little stories. Friday, the clumsy little helper, he couldn't make the knife without cutting himself on the blade. Okay. So that was the second action. Now we get to the snare here, the 3rd attempt. And I think I'm kind of rolling badly for these building actions. Sure, I'm making the stuff that I want to make, but a lot of these dice are 50-50, and I'm getting both the wound and the adventure on them. So yeah, let's hope for a better roll here then. Okay, well that's not that bad. We are successful and we only take 1 wound. We have no adventure, so we are now 2 wounds from death, and that is pretty terrifying actually. Okay, well, we are also successful here, so now the snare is built, and the snare will give us this +1 additional food token for our tile, and they look exactly like the wood tokens. But I actually have to check if you can have several tokens on one tile. Alright, so I can't find anything that says that you cannot have one +1 wood and 1 +1 food token on the same tile. It does say that you cannot have more than 1 token of each type on the same tile, but I think this is allowed. I think you can have 1 +1 food and 1 +1 wood. You cannot have 2 of these +1 wood and 2 of these +1 food, on the other hand. Another thing that I did incorrectly, Friday, when he resolves actions that give him determination tokens, these are his tokens, there are not my tokens, and I think that he resolved an event which gave Friday 1 determination token. I did this incorrectly, so Friday will now get this 1 determination token. I will move it from my stock here. I think that was the only one that Friday did. That was an event that he resolved here. So yeah, okay. We have now, let's see, yeah, we took 1 wound and nothing else happened. So we have now successfully resolved the action phase of this turn. So at the end of the action phase, these resources become available to us, and we now have quite a lot of resources up here. But our morale is pretty low and we are wounded, really wounded. So hopefully we will get to keep this food and can heal with our pot. Otherwise, well, yeah, we are pretty safe from the weather. We cannot die this turn. That's why I kept the wood in case something bad happens. But we now get to the weather phase, and this is the last turn where we only use this autumn die. So this is the end of autumn. Let's see what happens. And that's 1 rain cloud. That's great. We don't have to burn any wood, and we have a roof level 2, so that will protect us from this 1 rain cloud. So nothing happened during the weather phase. So now we get to the night phase. We are in a sheltered place, we don't receive any additional wounds, we have to eat for the night, so we eat one piece of food, and then this food would perish, but we will use the pot during the night phase to heal 2 wounds with this food, and I will heal myself. Here I was at the brink of death, so I'm now healed twice, and now I can take at least 3 wounds before I die, so that's pretty good. Okay, so that was the night phase of turn 6, and now we move on here to turn number 7. Great. We begin by drawing an event, and since we still have these 2 threats, now we have to resolve this. If possible, turn 1 item face up to the invention side and cancel its effect. So we have to do that. It is possible to do that. And I will turn the knife. I think that's, even though I want the knife, I think this is, yeah, this is probably the best. I will turn the knife back to the invention side. So now we have to reinvent the knife if we want to use it. And its effect is cancelled, which means that we lose 1 weapon level here. Okay, then we have to resolve. Let's move this down here. Then we have to resolve this new event. Fire, it says. Damn. During the production phase of this round, you get no wood. Yeah, that's bad. And 1 adventure token on the exploration deck, but there is already 1 there, so nothing else happens. And let's see. Extinguishing the fire. That's pretty bad, actually. We have to have the shovel to do this. So we need 1 pawn and a shovel, and then we get to discard and get 1 determination token. If we fail to do this during the production phase of this round, you get no wood again, so that would be pretty bad. We would lose out on 4 pieces of wood if we let this resolve. Damn it. And this other one is discard all resources. There is no production phase this round, so this one is bad as well. Oh man, so there's both a flood and a fire going on at the same time. What is happening at our camp? It's in chaos. Damn it. Oh man, this is pretty bad. So that was the event phase. Now we get to the morale phase. We move up one step on the track. We get 2 determination tokens. We don't get to choose this time. We can only take these 2 determination tokens. And then it's the production phase, and we do not get any wood, which is bad. That's bad. We get 2 pieces of food because we have this +1 here. So yeah, okay. Well, it's okay, but we are getting closer to the end here, and there's still 9 pieces of wood to be placed on this pile here. So we need to, man, we need to both resolve these 2 threats here, and we have to try and gather some wood, and we need to build the roof level up, because now we have to roll all 3 of these weather dice here, and that is pretty terrifying when you only have two roof levels, and you don't get any wood if you do not deal with these threats. So that limits our actions quite a lot. But okay, I will think about my actions, and I will be back shortly. Okay, so these are my actions, I think. I haven't decided yet. I will go here and deal with this drain. I will use 1 piece of wood instead of the shovel because I don't have the shovel, but I will pay 2 determination tokens to use my economical construction skill, so I don't have to pay this wood. And then for my second action, Friday will actually try to build this shovel. Hopefully he can do that. Because I really need to resolve this event as well. This is a bad one, and I need to have the shovel to resolve it. If this goes through, it makes it much harder for me, because then I cannot raise my roof level, which I will be trying to do with my third action. Well, actually I will succeed with this action, because I think this roof level is more important right now than this shovel is, because the weather could kill us if we are unlucky, and I really need to have higher roof level here. So what I'm gonna do there is I'm gonna discard my 3 remaining determination tokens here, and I will use this handyman skill in addition to the economical construction skill. So I will discard 5 of my determination tokens, and I will get an additional builder for, let's see, for this, and this would cost me 1 fur to do. So yeah, the question now becomes, should I gamble and place these on the pile here? The thing is, if you roll these snow clouds, you have to burn wood anyway. It doesn't matter what level your anything is, you have to burn wood no matter what. So I think I will be keeping these 2 wood pieces just in case, because we could easily die here if we are unlucky, and I don't want that to happen. So first let's actually discard all of these determination tokens here, and this is the interesting part. Friday could die. Friday could die here. So let's roll for Friday. Let's hope he does not die from this. And that was close. Yeah, he's successful, and he takes 1. He takes 1 wound, so he's 1 wound from death here. But he is successful in making this shovel, so that's great. Now we have this stupid shovel that we need for nothing else but this event, and well, it is useful. There are some other events and some of these adventures that actually use the shovel. These basic cards are they are useful. There are a lot of adventures and events that use these cards, especially the shovel. I think, yeah, the shovel and the cure are used in the most devastating events here, so you need to have some of these tools. So yeah, that was great. And now this is obviously successful here because we have 2 pawns. So let's discard this one here, and we now have a roof level of 3, and we are decently protected from the weather for this turn. I think this was the most important part, but we did use the extra building guys, so we were actually successful. And now we come here, and this is also successful because you only need 1 pawn and a piece of wood, and it says discard, discard, and get 2 determination tokens. So we get those determination tokens back. So basically we only had to commit 1 pawn to this specific event here. So that was good, because we do need these determination tokens to function. So it's good to get some back. So it's the end of the action phase, and we didn't actually accomplish a whole lot here. We did build some roof, we fortified our roof here. So yeah, that was basically the only thing we did besides, well, yeah, we did build a shovel, but that's not really all that important for this turn in question. We now get to the weather phase, and now this is the really interesting part. Let's see what happens here, because this could end up badly. We do have some insurance, and we do have a pretty high roof level, so we should be pretty safe. The weapon level is at 3, which is actually we are protected from the beast that would attack from this die, so that's also good. The bad part is if we have to discard food or something, or our palisade level goes down. We do have 1 level of palisade, so it is pretty safe, but it could end up badly anyway, so let's see what happens. Okay. Wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. First of all, this beast here, it has a 3 on it, so that means that a beast with strength level 3 attacks, and you have to match this strength, so you have to have equal or higher, and we do have 3, so we are safe from this beast. Then we have this winter snow cloud, so that means that we have to burn one piece of wood to stay warm. And then these two rain clouds together with this snow cloud, that means 3 clouds. And we have to match this with our roof level, and we do have level 3 roof, so this is fine, we survive. The only thing we lost was a piece of wood, and that I can tell you that that is a great result actually. If you only lose one piece of wood during these weather phases here, you are quite fortunate, I can tell you. So that's fine. That was the weather phase. Now we get to the night phase. We are still in the shelter, we don't take any environmental damage, we consume food for the night, and then we use the pot to heal with this second item here. And now it becomes the question, should I heal myself or Friday? And I think I have to heal Friday. He's so close to dying, so I will heal him once here. Great. That was the 7th turn, and now we get to turn 8, and this is now getting a little bit too close to the end for me. I have to try and gather some resources pretty soon, otherwise this game could easily be lost. So let's move on to turn 8, the event here. Since we dealt with this threat, nothing happens down here at the threat level, and we now get to resolve yet another event. Foul weather. Okay, you don't want to go outside the camp today. There's a book icon, nothing happens. Put -1 pawn on the gathering resource action field. Okay, so that's pretty bad since we have to take gathering resource action pretty soon. And these tokens stay on until you have resolved them. So they linger on this deck until you actually remove them by taking one of these actions. Let's see, securing the sources, and well, that's good. That also required the shovel, so that's great. Securing the sources. A pawn and a shovel is needed. You discard this card and get a determination token. If you fail to do this, choose 2 sources on tiles adjacent to your camp and cover them with black cubes. They are exhausted. Well, it's not actually that bad of an event, because you could choose to take this food here and maybe this food down here or something. We don't need any extra food. We have 2 other food sources here plus our camp, so I might actually let this one go through if I really feel that I need the pawns to do something else. But I will not be letting this one go through, because that would be devastating. I will not get any wood at all for the production phase of next turn, and that would be bad. So yeah, that was the event phase, not that bad actually. The morale phase, we move up 1 step, and we now again get to choose whether we need to take determination tokens or if we would like to heal. Okay, so thinking this through, Friday will not be taking any risks for what I have planned for him, and I feel decently comfortable at having 3 wounds that I can take here. So I think that I will actually take the determination tokens, since I might need them. Well, I actually need them for this round here, so I have 4 determination tokens right now. For my actions, well, first of all, let's not rush through this. That was the morale phase. Now we get to the production phase. Once again, if we take a look at our camp, we get 2 wood and 2 food this time. So let's see, 2 wood and 2 food. Hopefully I did this correctly earlier as well. And the production phase is complete. We now should enter the action phase, but we should decide if we should place any wood on the pile or not. And I think I will gamble a little bit here and place 2 of these wood pieces on the pile, since we need to start filling this pile up. I can fix this later, but let's just quickly place them here to show that we have placed 2 of these, and now we still need to place 7 additional pieces of wood, and we need minimum of 2 additional turns to do this. We only have 4 turns, so yeah, at least every other turn we need to place some wood, but I think we would be needing 3 turns, so we have to do this a little bit on the safe side, but also we have to hurry up and start placing this wood. So yeah, that was the production phase, and we are now in our action phase. We place the wood, and we now get to take our actions. For my first action, Friday will actually go here and extinguish the fire. We need the shovel, and we have the shovel built, so that's going to be successful. And then, well, that is the question. I think I will gamble a little bit here, and I will go and gather resources. So I will gather the wood resource down here, and I go with both my pawns because we have this -1 pawn on the gathering resources deck. So I want to get this off the deck, because we need to take these resource gathering actions from now on. There is also a adventure token here, so we will be having an adventure, but first of all we need to roll for this. So this was my action planning, and now we resolve the actions here. Friday is obviously successful, so he will extinguish the fire and get 1 determination token for doing so. So let's see, he now has 2 tokens, so he can re-roll one of his rolls. It's now our turn. We try to gather the resources. We do have the basket, so if we are successful we get 2 pieces of wood, which is great. So let's hope for the best here. We do have determination tokens as well, so we could re-roll as well. So like I said, let's hope for a good roll. Ah, man. Well, I mean, it could be okay. No wound, no adventure, but we still have to deal with this adventure token. But we have to re-roll this. This is a failure. This would give us 2 determination tokens. I can't accept that. I will use my determination tokens and try and re-roll this die. Yes, great. So that was a successful... well, wait. Oh my god, this is the building. These are the building dice. These are the gathering dice. Oh man. Well, I do get my determination tokens back since I failed to do this correctly. So let's redo this action. And man. Again, we have first 1 wound. Morale goes down, and then we have to we did roll this, but we had this token here anyway, so only 1 adventure, and now this is discarded. This opens up Friday for doing these gathering resource attempts. So okay, let's see what this is. Unexpected discovery. You can't believe it. You have found something. Wait, this is a beneficial effect. Okay, I've never seen this one before. I thought they were all detrimental actually. Alright, well, draw, and that is a discovery token. Alright, so we draw 1 of these for the future resources. Well, that's... man. I mean, I'm really... I've never seen this one before. Alright, well, okay, sure. We now get 2 pieces of wood since this was a success, and we have the basket. So we get an additional resource here in the future pile. Okay, so this is successful, and yeah, actually I wanted to comment on this. I've been extremely lucky with these adventures, and I have shuffled these. I swear, I didn't look through them. I haven't looked at the top card and picked out the best ones. I did this all randomly, and I mean, this is probably the best draw I've had in a while. I mean, the dice rolls have been mediocre, like they always go. I suppose, but the cards have been pretty good actually. I mean, we did get this one. This one was bad. I don't remember what it was, but something happened to my leg, and if we draw that one, that would be devastating because we would take 3 wounds and that would kill us right now. But it's still pretty bad, even if we manage to heal some. So yeah, besides these two, I think the rest of the cards have actually been okay. So yeah, maybe I'm just being lucky, because yeah, this is not how I usually how this usually plays out. Well, actually it kind of is, since I'm badly hurt and I'm almost dying. I'm only halfway through here, even though it looks like I'm quite finished. So maybe I'm too optimistic again. So yeah, actions complete. We get these resources now. Let's see what this token is. That is one morale level. Well, it could be better. I think I'll save this. I don't know if you have to use this immediately. I don't think so. I think you can discard this to gain a morale level. So I will save this for future turns, because next turn we will go to max anyway, so it will just be a waste. I think you can say that, but I'm not too sure. Okay. So that was the end of the action phase, and now we get to the weather phase. And this now again becomes the defining role for the turn, I suppose. We do have, again, we have a lot of resources and okay roof level, okay weapon level, so we are kind of protected. And that is a, well, I was gonna say that is a great roll, but it's not. That is a bad roll. I suppose my luck had to run out at some point, so now we have to burn 2 pieces of wood to stay warm. 2 clouds, so we need level 2 roof. We have level 3, so we are protected. No beast or nothing additional happens during this weather phase. So I suppose it was okay. The night phase, again, shelter, no additional environmental damage. We eat for the night, and with this last piece of food we heal ourselves. I think one wound here. Okay,